Hey you, so on this video, will this destroy the Queen's B series? I'm going to be going over a load of questions and just some scenarios that could go on to destroy the Queen's B series. I'll get on to what I mean by destroy in a moment. So first off, I'd like to say if you like what you hear/see and haven't done so already, not so much of a ing on these big chunky 2 ounces, please do go ahead and subscribe. And also I've got a load of workmen outside digging up the road for fiber optics broadband, for those that know. So we could be disturbed by a lot of noise, but let's try push through as I'm losing a lot of light at the moment. So what do I mean by destroy? Currently the Queen's B series is blazing hot. It's one of, or not if the best coin series to be involved in right now. A lot of people love it. Certain ones are doing a lot better than others in terms of appreciation, but they've got a lot to offer, even from the range. I've got a few here, you know, I've got some proof coins, standard BU, gold, and the main bread and butter, the 2 ounce silver BU. So with a load of questions that have been asked over time, I'm going to try and address the main ones and see whether these issues, whether the mint does or actions that the mint takes can currently destroy a good thing. When I say destroy, I've seen it happen before with other series where it's either been overproduced or, you know, that's definitely led to dilution of the series, or just redone in a way where it just absolutely murdered the ones that came out before. So I'm going to be going over the top situations and questions that have been asked that could potentially destroy the series and just give my thoughts and opinions. So let me know what you think about this, whether you can add or take anything away when we round this video up. As mentioned, please bear with the noise. So the first question I've been asked a few times is, will they redo the series? You know, once it's done, are we going to see the series finished and flat out and that's that, or will they redo it? I'm gonna say this, I would easily say, since I've been about, the Queen's B series is the first and best series that the Royal Mint has had, whether it's the Royal Mint or the Royal Mint Bullion, that has worked for them. You know, I think their last one they put a lot of promo marketing behind would have been the Lunar series, and that's dog poo if you ask me. It's just every mint had to jump on board because Perth Mint set the trend, and you know, it was what it was. They have a hit on their hands here, and so knowing the mint and how they like to be extremely opportunistic, I have no doubt that they're going to, well, I'll get into where we are with the last point that I'll bring up, and maybe that should help you understand. But will they redo it? If they redo the series currently as is, keyword here, I think it could technically destroy the first series that we're seeing here. And at time of releasing this video, the series is going to come to an end. So the last 2 coins are going to be released this year, 2020. And then a lot of people that are doing, you know, collections, sets, whatever they may be, are going to see the true appreciation of a completed set, what it brings. Just like a lot of people were collecting the Lunar 2 coins. It came to an end, and then, you know, it was either stalemate, nothing was going on, or it was jackpot. And, you know, we can technically see that happen with the Queen's B's coins come to an end. So it's going to be very interesting times. So the next question that I've been asked regarding the Queen's B series is, you know, what about the 10 ounce coins, the 10 ounce silver BU coins? Are they winners or are they losers? I don't collect them. I don't really talk too much on them. I would say the reason why I haven't gone too hard or even ended up collecting them was because I think there's a bigger secondary appreciation market in the 2 ounce BU bullion. Those have worked best for me, and I'll get onto the others in a moment. I personally feel with the 10 ounces, I haven't been watching the secondary market sales, but I would say if you picked up the 10 ounces from issue price, starting from the first one, I think you're winning already, because they're most definitely selling for a premium. They came out a lot later. I know the Royal Mint ended up pumping them out mainly for the American market because they had more of the 10 ounce, you know, big beefy kings, but it worked here because they could also pump more out here, but they didn't think it would do as well here. So the 10 ounces I personally haven't gone for because I think it's a lot to chew, especially when you start adding premiums if they're doing extremely well. I think there's better play down on the lower sides. I don't think there's a risk of, hey, you know, if you pick it up, it's going to depreciate in price. But that's if the series ends up getting destroyed in the long run. But I think if you picked up a 10 ounce from issue price, you're good. You know, you're not going to be worrying about losing any money, especially on the earlier ones, which I believe are harder to get. But I just feel the secondary market, if things really do climb up into the skies, a lot of 10 ounces from many different series haven't gone on to do fantastically well, especially when you have smaller offerings. So that's the reason why I opted out. I stopped collecting larger sizes a long time ago, especially if the smaller are doing fantastically well. So next is going to be what has been the best in proof. So, you know, we're looking at some of these proof ones here. What has been the best that I've seen that I even got involved in? Well, personally, the number one pick is always going to be, well, the number one question, should I say, is always going to be, what about 1 ounce silver? Was you involved in silver? Now, for me, silver was a no-go for me, especially from the Royal Mint holding long term, purely because of their milk spotting issue and where they stand on it. And I believe they just don't give a damn. If it's worked for you, you have some and they're not spotted, good on you. You know, I've seen graded Queen's Beast coins spotted, and this has been like the incubation period. So it's just sat there and gained spots. I've seen them have spots in general. I just have zero faith in the Royal Mint when it comes to spotting. So I would say, first off, is the 1 ounce silver good? Yes, but you stand a 50-50. I'd put it at that. There's a 50-50 chance on your coin spotting. So that's where I don't know in terms of resale. There was a few people that told me that they done well in them, and you know there was a small profit to be made. But I say it carries. You have to look at the risk reward. So with that risk, next comes this size right here, and that's the 1/4 ounce gold. For me, they haven't been bad, but they've not been great either. You know, because of the Royal Mint mintage plan. So I believe the Lions came out on a mintage of 2,500, so they work backwards pyramid. And so, you know, as the series goes on, they reduce the mintage instead of working on a lower mintage on the first coin, which is going to give it added premium. You know, it's got a lower mintage and maybe increase the mintage at a later date, which technically pushes out some of the collectors. But I think with the way that they sell them, the whole 2,500 doesn't normally end up in pure hardcore collectors' hands. But I think it would work best if you just stick to the script and keep it as a low mintage. But because they've done that, once again, I think it even killed these, the 1/4 ounces, because they've got such a crazy, I mean, what's going to happen on the last release this year? We're going to get 500. So we've technically halved the mintage currently, because I believe from the here in the Falcon, I believe there was on a mintage of 1,000. And the Lion had a mintage of 2,500. So they haven't been the best. If I could do it again, would I stack these? Maybe not. You know, I maybe would have gone for the 1 ounce, but with the price increases, that's also been kind of harsh on the pocket. But I would say best in the proof so far, as bad as it is. For somebody that can't, you know, go into the gold realm, stay with the 1 ounce silver. Just remember, you have to look at that risk reward. And it is a 50-50 in my opinion. And then if you want to go into gold, I would have said stay with the 1/4 ounce. I wouldn't say there's no clear winner. You know, you have had these larger sizes, which I think was terrible buys when you're looking at the Queen's Beast coins. I mean, this was picked up on a trade purchase, on it was then they picked up at spot price, not too much over. This is, I believe, the 5 ounce proof. So these came in 5 ounce and 10 ounces. I think these are terrible buys, but if the Royal Mint can, they will. I churn out, pump out any. Good coin. It's the only NGC one I do own. It came like this, so you know, it was purchased at bullion price. Currently not spotted. I say currently. I don't know where we stand with this. I know a lot of these went to the America market. So there are still many of the 1 ounce gold you can find with this same, you know, early release sticker. It's MCM or one of the companies that are out there really doing well with those. But the proofs haven't been the best play in my opinion. Will I write them off? No, but you know, they just haven't been the best play in my opinion. So the next question is the big one, and it relates to the first one, where we could see the series going on to really be destroyed by the mint being a bit too on the greedy side. And that's going to be what happens when the Queen dies. You know, and we've heard talk of will there be a King's Beast, you know, because here in the UK, when the reigning monarch, you know, croaks, kicks the bucket, on the flip side, you have to put the new honcho, the head honcho in charge, so the new monarch in charge, and that's going to be Charles, or Charlie, if he doesn't, you know, pass the parcel. And Lizzie's gone, so you're going to find Charles on the back, and many have said what happens from there. They've looked at it as a positive because technically it means they need to quit. So we're guaranteed a cease of the Queen's Beast series. But fun fact, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but Currently, these coins, the Queen's Beast, are referred to as the Queen's Beast series, but they are also known as the King's Beast series. So the exact same heraldic animals are related to, I believe it was, oh boy, what was it, Henry VIII. And I mean, identical animals, and it's all relating to the genealogy and the ancestry of these monarchs. So you'll find the beasts referring to and even labelled as the King's Beast on a bridge going over the mount up into Hampton Court Palace. So you could technically call this series with the identical animals, you know, the Lion of England, all of these could be referred to as the King's Beast coins. So what I'm getting at there is I believe the Royal Mint have a play where they're going to keep these going, because this series is doing fantastically well for them. It's the best series they've got. Dealers, if they ask dealers tomorrow, do you want us to keep this series going, they would say yes, by all means. The Royal Mint have dropped many series, if it's the Double Dragon, the Landmarks, and capped these mintages, and they've done poo. They've done crap, you know. Even their Lunar series, they don't do well worldwide. They don't do well in the UK. What is well? How do you define well? I would say look at the Queen's Beast series. That's how you define well. Loved by many. Dealers sell bucket loads of them, and the mint can't stop, you know, overproducing and, you know, being opportunistic with them. This series, once again, could be referred to as the King's Beast series, because these are also attached to Henry VIII. So what I believe is going to happen when Lizzie passes on is we're going to see Charles come on the back. So we're going to have the new king, and then we're going to have the exact same animals, and the series referred to as the King's Beast series. Voila. That's how the Royal Mint are going to pump these out forever and ever and ever. I believe in the King's Beast series, the identical animals, you know, Lion of England, the displaying and charting the genealogy and the ancestry. I believe they have a few more lions, or another lion, or even a panther in the lineup. But you could call the Queen's Beast series the King's Beast series right now. But I believe it worked better because it has Lizzie on the back. So that's what I feel is going to happen. If that does happen and we have a new name technically, but we have another image of a Lion of England, it'll be the identical Lion of England with a new name, i.e. the King's Beast. Will it destroy the first series? No. I think either or, you'll still be able to get a full second release out with the first appreciating, depending on how they're appreciating. So should you sell now, or should you wait a little longer and see what happens? We've all seen what's happening with the current Griffin and the Lion in gold and in silver. So what do you do? But I think all of these actions taking place, I think the Royal Mint will do whatever, whenever, however, to not have this series end when Lizzie kicks the bucket, and just a Queen's Beast series one-off. If they do, if this series is going to be blazing hot, appreciation-wise, I think they'll all catch up with the Lion and the Griffin at some point, and you know you're holding on to some extremely valuable coins, because as we've seen with many other mints, when you've got a good thing, they just keep on churning them out. And I believe the Royal Mint need this more than ever, because currently at time of release they're releasing National History Museum dragons and stuff like that, or dinosaurs. They're just pumping out duds. But let me know whether you think any of the things mentioned could go on to destroy the potential series as a whole, the profits that the series, Queen's Beast series, can do, or if you think any of the things mentioned can either help the series as a long run. We've seen what's happened to the Perth Mint Lunar series with capped mintages technically. I think another thing that they could do is introduce a 1 ounce capped mintage. Wink, wink. I know you're listening, Royal Mint, and pump them out and see if they can get away with that last minute while Lizzie's still around. So there's a couple of things that I could see them doing. I wouldn't say they're going to stop, cease and desist, by no means. But I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. So please do let me know your thoughts and opinions on whether you believe this could go on to destroy the Queen's Beast series. Please do go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.